Alrighty, so the recap will kind of be sketchy at best.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Alrighty, so y'all ready? Christian? William?
Yes.
Scarlet?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Dude.
Alrighty. Greetings, little creatures, to our adventures, where we ask the question, can a mouse kill a god? When we last left the party, they had been making additions to their ship, like literally attaching another ship to the ship they had already commandeered, and they had dubbed it the name Breeze Chaser. And Trevere actually did the rigging with webs, which is funny. They kind of raided the ship a little bit. The new ship that they added onto the ship, it's an abomination of a ship at this point, but it works. And they moved forward, heading towards the human ship, the human ferry vessel with the 5 tons of malachite on it. But along the way, they came across a wrecked human ship and uncovered the body of a human having been slain by something. But they quickly found out what that thing was when they encountered a very angry salmon that was looking very injured. They eventually killed the salmon and then picked the dead body of all of its valuables, including a strange lamp and a large hunk of cursed steel, which Scarlet ended up equipping and having it bound to her paw. They went further forward and encountered a derelict pirate ship, where they found the body, in quotes, of one pirate named Maru. However, he wasn't dead, and he was very much unhappy. After some coercion from the party, Maru decided to not abandon ship, mainly because he had no choice. And he regaled to them what actually attacked him, which was something called a rat terror. He even bit his leg off. And eventually they just moved forward. Well, while they moved forward, Maru had a secret thing that he told Lila. But you'll have to watch the other video in order to find out what that was. And that's about it. Pause this. Come on. Alright, now you are all aboard your dual ship, and the human ship is within sight, approximately 500 inches. Well, a bit further than that. But let's just say a long distance away, about 10 minutes travel, but within sight. This massive ship, even as far away as it is, eclipses the horizon. Just one chunk of the horizon is just dedicated to the size of this thing compared to you. It's moving at a slow pace. There's not much wakes behind it. And it doesn't seem to be manned. You don't see anybody aboard the ship, as far as you can tell.
Constance would like to start making the ship as small as possible, pulling down the sails, anything that might be visible, light, shining things, reflective surfaces, all of that to be covered or removed and put below deck.
Okay. I'm writing that down. Alright. Go to chat. Roll investigation to see if there are any holes. Let's see. Is that actually a thing? I forget if investigation is a thing in Pathfinder.
If
If
not,
it
like,
is.
survival, in other words, or perception.
Yeah, it would be a
Yeah.
survival check, actually. Oh, perception or survival. Either one. You can choose one. Ooh, that's pretty good.
And for the people who can't see it, what was the number?
19, and they can see it.
The audience.
It's visible on the screen. But yes, 19 perception. You do in fact see a couple of holes along the rear part of the ship. They're very tiny. Like, they're the holes that they would look like they were hastily made by expanding what was already rust on the side of the ship. It looks like some medium or smaller creatures could fit in that hole.
We are waiting for the text.
Yep. Alrighty, you tell the true crew to go to the port side and try sneaking in there. Okay.
Alright. Kind of hard to roleplay when there's barely anybody to talk at. No offense to anybody.
It's fine. It's fine.
Well, how do you again? Hold to my phone, unfortunately.
It's okay. I'm just feeling like the odd man out.
Seems like you decided to take a note on me this week while working on a project.
That's a pretty awful connection. I can't really understand what you just said.
Well, in any case, what do you all do?
Well, Constance would like to see if any of the group are good swimmers.
We never actually established a swimming ability.
There is technically such a thing as a swim speed. I know Constance doesn't have one yet, and that's just simply due to the mechanics of the game.
Yeah, and if I remember right, though, for
Technically
speed,
have a burrowing speed to like go under, but that's about it.
Best I've got is climbing.
Right.
I do have climbing too.
I would say that for any sort of swimming, if you do not have a specific swim speed, it's equal to half your regular walking speed.
That's usually what it is.
Makes sense.
But
Couldn't
you don't
we
exactly
just
have
dive-
to swim, yes.
Couldn't we just sidle the ship up to it?
You can.
Yes. Yes, but if we were to drop the Malachite off and the ship is close, we might hit it.
Why would we drop it?
Well, what else are we gonna do with 5 tons of Malachite?
Carry out pieces of it?
Or drop it here at the bottom of the ocean and come back when this huge hunk of iron isn't sitting in the way.
That's probably very deep.
I mean, is it... Where are we? This is a dock or something, right? This is just offshore.
No, this is not just offshore. You're in the middle of the lake.
Like I said.
A lake. It's a lake.
Yes, but a lake to mice.
You are correct. Well, that... There's still the problem. How are we going to get it off? What are we going to do with it?
Carry pieces of it.
If I might make a suggestion, we could just load the hull with what we got and make do.
And you
We
want
don't have to take all of it.
I find it funny the rodent understands. Don't try to peck more than your burrow can hold.
We've come all this way, and you want to leave most of this. Even if we can't take it with us, I'd rather not leave it in the hands of Rodney Copperseed.
You saying that Rodney was in on this?
Oh boy.
How do you think I got the mission?
I didn't even know you had a mission. I thought you were just here fucking with pirates.
Well, they're edible.
My dear sweet Maru, I don't do things without the price.
Well, I bet your buddies have a little plan for that too. Something tells me that they were just planning to fill their holes and take what they could. Stealing from humans is a curse waiting to happen. That's bad enough we're gonna take our ship full. We take their whole stock, they'll come running.
I think it's best to follow the group vote. I shall be a hand, as they say, not the brain.
Well, in this case, at this point in the conversation, I will be looking directly at you two, and yes, I emphasize looking directly at you two, which includes the eyeball movement too. Stealing from humans is one thing. Try escaping from them.
Yeah, you're an expat, I know.
No.
What are you on about? First you show up, you start chewing through people and then act all civil. And now you're saying that you've managed to escape humans, but you're not an expat.
Well, I was hungry. Not exactly good at thinking clearly when hungry.
Right. That doesn't answer my question. What are you?
I am me. I think.
Oh, you're not even sure you are you. I am Constance Hoko. He says that like incredulously, like, oh, I can tell you my name.
We've already established my name.
See, that's the problem. I don't believe you.
Hmm. Well, that's too bad. Are we going to do this or no?
I suppose we are. Would you like to lead? Since you seem to know more.
Well, we first need to get on the ship.
Right. Any of that silk you've got? Good for lashing more than just boats together. Could you hold that thing to this?
Hmm. Never considered trying to hold anything. The most I've ever been able to do.
I suppose it's worth a shot. We'll sneak in then. Forward, Captain. I'm sorry, Captain. Are we going forward?
Yes, we can.
So you are planning to just take, without any without any care and caution, for how much?
Maru, would you like to stay on the boat?
Well, yeah, I fucking would.
Then stop talking.
Some pirate.
Yeah, some pirate indeed.
Do you see
Thank
me
you,
leg?
Trevor.
Do you see me leg, or rather lack thereof? I don't want to get back on that ship. I told you there's a rat terror on there.
And
Ah.
I told you we would take care of it.
I do agree.
Yeah, you're right, Lady Delilah. Fortune does favor the bold. Forget I said Delilah. That was out of...
Oops. It's okay. That happens.
We can change it in the Discord so it's easier to remember, like I've done with mine.
Yeah, same.
But you're right, Lila. Hey, Fortune does favor the bold. But Fortune's a fickle mistress. If you want to get yourselves killed, I'll wait here, listen for the bloody screaming, and then sail away on my own self with my ship.
You sail anywhere. And you forget who's in the hold. He might be liable to come up and ignite you, like he did that cannon.
I can deal with a priest.
I
We'd say about
worry
that.
about the ship more than I do you, really.
Honestly.
Poor little fella's sick enough as it is. Don't gotta be worrying about your scurvy ass.
And need I remind you, you only have one leg.
I still got my teeth. That serves me something.
Big toothy grin. I have all my teeth too.
Do spiders have teeth? I know they have fangs.
Yes.
I say we tie Maru to the galley in the galley if we need to.
That's a wonderful idea, Lila. Tavir, would you mind incapacitating the young lad?
Well, if you're gonna do that, you're gonna have to roll to hit.
Oh Jesus! And I'm
Roll to
proficient.
hit, you said.
That's
God. Oh,
smack him into the fucking
wow.
deck. What's this
Well,
raid coming in?
let's see how this one rolls then, huh? Huh.
Oh.
Can I do anything to aid?
Not sure.
I don't know if there's
That's-
rules as written for that, but
Well,
That's
there's
a
the
GM.
17.
17 plus what?
That's a 17 total.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Hmm. So 17 total? Well, that
Yeah.
hits. What do you do?
I
We're
was
not
just
rolling
playing.
damage.
Yeah, I was just playing to cold clock him.
Would you like to RP that? Would you please RP that?
Well, I'm just gonna swing on him, aiming for the jaw. Give him a good old ringer.
Let's see the stats for him.
He should be thankful I'm not angry.
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
No shit. Oh God, no. Teamwork. Teamwork. Oh Lord.
Alright, so yeah, he gets knocked out. He makes a fuss and he tries to do something, and then he turns to Lila and has this betrayed look on his face.
Right before the lights go out.
Well,
He
use the
wasn't
forgetting
exactly
stick.
healthy. He wasn't exactly healthy when you attacked him.
We're not attacking him. He will still live after this.
We're subduing him.
Exactly.
So you have
Limited violence.
one
It's
unconscious.
technically harmless.
You have one
Hey,
unconscious rat pirate.
It says so by the book. We're good.
Don't worry, I'll just press the thing on his chest and bring him back.
What was the point in knocking him the fuck out?
I don't think he was gonna cooperate if we asked him nicely. Would you please sit here? Let us tie you up so we can go explore the dangerous Hume ship. Do you?
What was that they called that again? PTSD.
What is that? P what?
I believe it was called PTSD.
Yeah.
Do you hit your head when you hit him?
No.
Then you know something I don't.
Probably.
I don't like people who don't know things I don't. I like knowing things. I make it my job to know things.
You must really hate your teachers.
No, I love my teachers. They're designed to give me knowledge. Are you a
No.
teacher? Or are you just someone who's smarter than me?
I think it would be more of a taught than a teach.
So, which is it?
We can discuss this later. Shouldn't we go get this malachite?
I mean, of course we can. I'm not the one who decided to bring it up, but whatever.
Now, I'm thinking if any of y'all have climbing issues, we might be able to work something out.
Just get Angie and carry them up.
But I don't need to be angry to do that.
But for the size change.
I won't fit in the hole.
You already don't.
I mean,
My point.
you just need to carry them up there. Then
Yeah.
you crawl your way up to the rest of the ship. Or you
Yeah,
know
and
what?
Ooh,
I'll
split
probably
the
be
party.
fine too.
Who else is not gonna fit in that hole?
But
And we are we are failing to account for the fact that this is a vessel. Vessels tend to be smooth and streamlined. Not very many of us are able to hang on to surfaces like that.
That is actually where Constance comes in, and his time as a sneak, and his little medallion that allows him to climb surfaces.
Oh,
Hmm.
we need trinkets.
Or I could also
I
try
am-
burrowing under somewhere.
Not through the.
Yeah,
You'd
sure.
have to find
Through
a
the
rust
ship
spot.
into the water.
You'd have to
I
find a
was
rust
saying,
spot
like-
to claw open.
Can I request a luck check for rust spot?
Yes, you may
Yeah.
indeed.
Heck, I was just volunteering to carry those
a
views
DC
I
10
couldn't.
check, and you get to reroll with your hero points.
Serena, if you wouldn't mind, you probably will get that.
Okay.
I was just volunteering to carry those that couldn't climb. I mean, teamwork.
Don't forget, you are a very large spider, and we are still rodents with a very real fear of you.
Yes,
Constance may be 20 inches long, but he is still worried about getting eaten by you.
I'm full already.
What was the roll again? Sorry.
Luck
DC
check,
10
DC
flat
10.
check.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Trust the button. Thank you.
9 dice.
No.
Ooh, what the? Okay. Starting out with a banger. 19.
19. You do in
Place
fact find rust spots along the side of the ship, quite close to the hole that you originally found. However, there is a large rust spot a couple of feet away from that one, giving you two options to go in the ship. However, you will have to break into that one to the rust spot before you can actually act as a whole.
Okay. Can I attempt that, I guess?
We
Okay.
can go closer.
Hmm?
Yes.
And besides, how am I going to bite you if you're on my back?
I think it's a little bit of the scorpion and the frog metaphor coming through right there.
Oh, I know, but that was a literal question in character there. Seeing as that was tabled.
Ah, yes. I like the environment, the ambiance music for this one. It fits very well.
Thank you.
While we're over here reenacting a miniature versions of the Pirates of Penzance or fucking... Ugh.
See, Constance would love just to sink all of this malachite. Grab what he can, sink the rest. Rodney doesn't get a thing.
Scorpions are technically like my 12th cousins.
I will have
Lila,
you
you
know.
can roll a history check to find out to know what a scorpion is, because you do live in the type of area that would sometimes have insects intrude. But
This
it
is
would be
like
a pretty
me.
high. Yeah. 14. You do not know what a scorpion is. You have not encountered one yet.
Let's just say we're related. But yes,
Alrighty.
are there anybody interested in the ride or no?
I think I'm gonna see if the
Well,
rust
clearly,
spot
I
over
think-
there can let
I
us
think
in.
Lila's the only one small enough to actively ride me easily.
Mm.
And I think Kilfin.
True.
So,
I trust
do
the
you go
spider
up-
first.
At
do
least
you go
I'm
up to the
honest.
rust spot?
I believe
What?
that's where we were headed via the captain's orders.
Alrighty. As you approach the rust spot, it seems pretty large. Like, a large creature could fit inside if you were to break it open. But it will require some effort to break it. Like, there are chunks of metal on the side, and you have to be careful because if you roll a nat 1, you'll cut yourself on the rust.
Hmm.
I'm looking through my items and inventory to see if I have anything that might be worth.
DM.
Hmm?
I'm gonna. Can I attempt a lore check? We're dealing with rust, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Well, table-wise, I happen to know what interacts with rust, but character-wise, it's a toss-up.
Yeah, you can do
We
an
might
engineering
see if
lore
it's.
check.
We might even have to see if the thing is there first too.
Yeah.
Alright. True. Let's see, what is a lore and plus what?
Engineering lore +6.
Oh, and DM, I will be rolling my physical dice if that is okay. I cannot stand digital.
That's fine.
Well, I
Thank
was
you.
doing the same, by the way.
No dice. I got a 9.
Hmm.
See, it's
Nope.
the digital dice. I told you.
Okay, so Lila was saying that she would start from the top and work your way down.
Mm-hmm.
They would like climb up the side of the ship and climb and go down.
Now,
Only thing that
I'm sorry,
concerns
go ahead.
me right now is the fact that if we have a terrier aboard, not all of us can handle it. Some of us.
No, I don't. I think our best option is to run. Now, DM,
Mm-hmm.
as written, this skill would not help me at all. But for flavor, because it is called a snagging strike, could I use that ability to assist me in the removal of this stuff? Just basically use that to chip away at the rust so it'll fall away.
Sure.
You'll just watch Constance get close to the edge of the rust spot, find a good spot where he can put in a pry bar of some kind, either his longsword or maybe even an actual crossbow. I mean, crowbar, not crossbow.
You do in fact have the crowbar.
I
Yeah,
do not.
that's right. I
Crowbar
do.
that the party has.
Yes,
But
I
indeed.
have
Trevere
the
has it. I
crowbar.
forgot. Trevere has it. I remember now.
And I would like to just begin chipping away to either break away enough that it'll fall off or break enough away that I can peel it open.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll let him use the crowbar. That's not a big deal. I mean,
I will
like I
take
said,
said
I was
crow.
offering to carry folks up, so you have the hands free. I'm holding on to the ship then.
Okay. Well, Constance also has his little climbing amulet too. It will help him with his task. What would you like me to roll, if anything, DM?
Let's see. Let's see what it asks for real quick. Okay, so that would be a forcing open action. That would be an exploration, wouldn't it? Let's see. Huh? What is it? Skill action?
There are different actions for
force
these
open.
things.
Here it is. Athletics.
Pry or force open, yes. Athletics?
Yep. And you
Let me see
have
what my...
a
Hang
crowbar,
on.
so you do not take any penalty to it.
But it's not me.
That is +5. That is... Oh, I shouldn't have used clear frosted dice. I can't read them. Is it okay if I re-roll the other one with a different die?
That's fine. That's fine.
I can't read that. That's fucking blue on white. That's a 4 on the die with a +6.
That wouldn't make it. You can try again or use a hero point to try again.
It wasn't a natural one.
Wasn't a natural one, so yeah. You can just try again.
7 plus 6, so 13?
13, you say, in total?
Yes, 13 in total.
That does not do it.
I'm gonna keep going at this. Are you gonna have me keep rolling, or can we just say it makes some cost us some time?
1 second.
Oh, for
Let me.
someone your size, that is kind of embarrassing.
It's
1
just up to the
second, I'm
die
gonna roll
number. It's the
something
sign
behind
of
the
a
table.
ship.
That's in character, remember? I'm the strong one.
You're watching me do it.
Okay, you can try as many times as you want. The roll behind the table does not affect anything right now because.
So I would love to just continue until I pry this open.
Alrighty.
17 plus 6.
17 plus 6, that's 23, right?
I'd have to add it up. $23, yes. Constance is being loud enough as it is.
But yes, your 23 does make it. It does rip it open.
All right.
What's really funny is that what I rolled was the potential consequences of your actions, and then the roll didn't work.
By the way, for our viewers as a segment here, what I had in mind as Trevere was the potential to make a corrosive or something similar to thermite. Seeing as I am a mechanic and machine operator, for real, I understand the metallurgy personally. A little educational sound bit for our viewers.
Yes, and I do believe we were talking about that before we had decided to move the vehicle.
But we do not have any, well, I'm chagrined to explain, but we need aluminum.
And that is up to the GM. I know what I would say, though.
Yeah,
My
you
rolls
probably-
already went bad, so I'm
you
rolling
probably
with
don't
that.
have aluminum anyways. That would have been a luck check to find any.
We may find something on this ship, though. Maybe.
There is. Does anybody remember those ready kits? The ready kits. The little aluminum dish with the stainless fork and spoon, aluminum cup.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, the ready kit. The little mule heaters.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Stovetop popcorn. Okay.
Camping kit or whatever the hell.
Okay, so you have ripped this open, so you now have a hole large enough for Trevere to fit in. And that means everybody else as well.
Well, whoever's writing should go in first. I'll follow behind.
Constance would like to
It
make
may
a...
be dark. Which one of you can see in the dark?
I can.
Okay.
He would like to make a stealth check. I would like to see if I can scurry away and see what's going on. hide myself first before I look what's going on.
I'm clearly
Okay.
pulling up the rear because I also have dark vision, but it dawned on me going in last and being able to see don't mix.
Yeah. You do
And
also
besides,
have
it's
that
low
lamp.
light, not dark. It's yeah, it's low light in here, not dark, because we do have a hole.
Yeah, it is low light in there.
So my fat ass blocks the light.
All right, rolling stealth. That is a 16 on the die plus 5, so 22. 21.
You succeed.
All right.
Because
I'm
this
sorry.
is
Go ahead.
probably the dumbest creature in the world. I'll
And-
just say that.
I rolled an 18 on the die for my perception plus 6.
Yes. And whatever would have been tracking you rolled a nat 1 twice.
Oh my goodness.
All right, gents, it appears the gods are with us.
It's the big spider. It's giving us good juju.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, some cultures we are.
All right, everybody, be careful. That big hairy bastard's up here.
You know, we should probably, as a group, try to stealth this as well. This could be bad or good, but it did just dawn on me. We might want to make sure we're on it.
I can, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just. Oh,
Portable sun disk. It's not a bad idea if you're going somewhere dark.
I got a 26 with 18 on the die.
Nice.
Well, depending on how a 14 rolls, I may just burn one of my points on that one.
Whatever Lila's bonus and Trevere's bonus is, that would
I
be
will
helpful.
just say that anything above a nat 1 works here.
Okay.
Well, a good thing I ended up. Oh, by the way, when I roll, I read the total. I don't worry about going at this plus this. I just give you the total. That was my total.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Could you please state as the total or without?
You're asking for a breakdown, not a problem.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, a 14 minus 6 leaves me at an 8 anyway.
I may be bad at math, but I, as a avid podcast enjoyer, really enjoy the breakdown of the numbers.
No, you're good. You're good. I can work with this. Remember, I work with numbers all the way up to
Yeah.
sub thousandths. So math is kind of something I do all day.
Oh, I have the mathant.
My job is math amphetamines. Because when it goes right, you feel great.
Mm. Okay, so you sneak aboard the ship. It feels very. It's strange. Not for Constance, but for everyone else. It's like going into a rocking tomb. It feels quiet, metallic. You can smell the metal in the air. And you can hear the creaking of the ship. It doesn't. You are used to hearing creaking wood, but this is just creaking metal, and I don't have that sound effect.
Okay.
In front of you, you see a very large area that is. It's sparsely populated. You see what you think you see people, other rodents running around, but you're not entirely sure what they are. They look smaller than rodents.
Can Constance discern what's going on with these shadowy figures? Since
You
he
can
was
roll a
first,
perception check. Even though you have
I
dark vision,
shall.
they are very small and very fast.
I understand that. I was the first one in, though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a 9 on the die. Plus 6. So that's only 15.
You have no idea what that was.
Could have been. It was just the wind.
Must have been the wind.
Exactly.
Beyond whatever that was, the place seems rather empty. You see huge crates aboard the ship. Well, they're not really crates, they're embedded into the floor. It's like, you just imagine a steel box that has been bolted to the floor, so it can't move. And if you listen quietly, you can hear the rattling of rocks inside those crates.
How did we get this lucky? Javir.
Trevere?
Revere?
Spooder boy.
Spooderman.
Yes, the Spooderman. I guess Trevere is not here. We'll have to cut this out the audio.
I'm gonna go climb up there. Somebody watch that filthy hairy beast in the wherever he is.
I look over and I probably just see this dog sniffing around on the ground, twirling in circles and looking up, very alert, and then going back to sniffing on the ground, not even noticing.
Roll a luck check for that.
I'm on the side of the container. How could I?
It's a big ship.
Okay. That's a 12.
That's a 12. You don't see
Sorry
it.
about that. Sorry about that, crew. Player needed some caffeine and some sugar pick-me-ups.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
but you
Doing
do not,
mental acrobatics all week definitely burns it.
You do not, in fact, hear that, but from your vantage point, you do see one of the humans. They are sitting in a glass wall, in a glass-walled chamber at the top of the ship. They aren't looking at anyone.
We have a
Anything
guard.
particular.
I would like to look back to the rest of the crew who's on the ground and just start mouthing,
There's a man in there.
and I would like to continue up this crate. Is it the crate full of malachite?
As you reach the top, you see it's somewhat sealed, but there is a little hole. And through that hole, you do in fact see greenish, reddish rocks inside.
That's not enough proof for me. I need to know it's malachite. I want
They
in.
slightly glint in the light.
I want in.
Oh, you want in? Okay. You'll have to squeeze through that space.
Acrobatics? Or
Yes,
athletics?
acrobatics. That would be an
Could we
acrobatics check.
Could we possibly keep an eye out, not just for the malachite, but for possibly that reddish brown?
Technically you're not there just yet, but yes, we can. Iron oxide is also very good.
Oh,
That's a natural 20.
No.
You go right in. Shoop!
Natural 20 plus acrobatics is plus 6. 26. What do I have in my greedy little paws?
Malachite. And there's a fuck ton of it. The malachite extends as far as you can see.
You all just hear Constance in this muffled echo. Fuck you, Rodney! And I would like to see if I could pop open the lock from the inside. Or the hasp.
That's... That would be, you'd have to find it first. So roll a luck check. Actually, roll a perception check to find it.
That is a 9 plus 6, 15 again.
15. You do in fact see the lock, but you also see that you can't access it from the inside. The lock is on the outside of the crate. But you know where it is.
Alright. I would like to reemerge and start telling the crew to get their shit in gear.
Sounds good.
So, if we have a route of egress, we could do this for a mass transit.
Yes, we do, because we...
You can load me up.
Javier, would you like to come up here?
I was thinking more along the lines of you guys could shuttle it, and since I have by far probably the highest carry capacity, I could just do the delivery.
Are you going to
But
shuttle
yes.
it down from the crate to the floor to the ship? Because we still
Yeah.
have to get it down from the crate.
Yeah, that's kind of the whole thing here.
Alright.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part. Now help me pop this lock open.
Oh. Crap. What kind of lock are we dealing with?
You're dealing with a heavy padlock. I don't know the exact model because I'm not aboard one of those ships, but it's the one advantage you have is that the locking mechanism is small enough for one of you, for Constance or Lila, to reach their hand in.
This is
Oh.
the lock-picking lawyer, and we're going to show you here today why Master Lock is so disappointing.
Well, it depends on where the pins and tumblers are.
Is it like a Master Lock?
No.
Wait a minute.
No.
Wait. Okay. You're gonna need to cut this a little extra segment out for sheer legality here, but I do know how to do this. We'd need a shim of metal to stick in there. Try to turn, it'll cause scratches on the steel. So we'll know which of the pins will recede and which ones won't.
Ah! About the same size and length as a longsword, what you say?
Yeah, if you're willing to let it get broken.
DM,
Does that-
can I look around and see if there's any thin sheets of metal that might be usable?
Yes, you can roll a luck check for that.
Alrighty. 17.
17. Wow. Okay. You do in fact find pieces of metal, but they're not in the correct shape.
Apparently Lila was asking for a shuttle up as well when I came up, if that's cool.
Oh, yes.
You do have a sword you can use. Yes.
I mean, I have my sword, but I also have a handful of crafters who can reshape the metal. Travere, here,
Yeah.
have a piece of metal.
It's a chunk of rusty metal. You know it to be steel, Travere.
Yeah, that's one of the medals I was requesting, funny enough. You know, that Reddit ground. But yes. Well, we'll be careful not to completely cripple your fangs, because if they all break, well, y'all don't exactly have very many weapons, do you?
That's a disturbing way of putting it, but yes, that would be correct.
Well, damn, what would I need to roll for this?
That would be a crafting check.
Ah, and it's human related. Thank God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I need to start dinner. I'm getting hungry.
So plus.
And you also have a +1 circumstance bonus to craft durable metal goods.
Yes.
So you
Which
have
makes
+7.
my modifier. Yep.
You know, glitch adjacent.
I'm re-rolling that.
Hero point. Hero point.
Yep. I will deduct it in a moment. Holy crap.
I'm going to go pop something in the oven, but I do have my dice tray with me in case anything comes up.
16.
16 on the die, or 16 total?
Total, sorry. That would be a 9 plus 7.
All right, that is just enough in order to give you the item you want, which is a long shim of metal.
No, I meant for the attempt to do the picking stuffs.
Oh,
But okay. That works too.
yeah, this was to create the pick.
Okay.
Yes, the piece that I had gathered was rusty and needed to be reshaped.
Yeah, in order to pick the lock, you require a thievery check.
I don't know what
I
my
guess-
bonus is. Would you mind
Who-
checking for me?
I can
Who's
check. I
got
can
the
check.
Better thieving skills here.
It's a little
Probably
metagamey,
Lila.
but yeah.
Oh, there it is. I found it. It's at the very bottom of the skills list.
Oh wow, Constance and Lila have the same level of thievery.
Well, good thing I brought Lila up, huh? Excuse me, that burp was random.
And what is Trevere's bonus, if I might ask?
+2.
I only got. Yeah, I'm not the thief. My idea of breaking and entering is breaking the door down and entering by force.
There can be no breaking and
The
entering if
same.
there's no door.
Yeah. Appears Lila got a 20, dirty 20.
Nice, that works. That picks the lock. However, are you catching this lock?
Oh no.
Constance
Because-
knows better than that. Constance is up there with them too. He knows better than that.
So you're gonna catch the lock?
Yes, I'm gonna catch the lock.
Good, because if you didn't, that would have
No,
been a
he-
perception
I mean,
roll from the thing.
Just think about it from Constance's perspective. He has been here doing this long enough. He knows not to let stuff just drop on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Excess noise.
Excess noise, thank you.
You will have to carefully either put it on top of the crate or lower it down to the bottom because it is a heavy lock.
Can I just take it?
It's like bulk
Yeah.
5.
I was gonna offer help, but yeah.
Hmm?
I'm
The
going
thi-
to pass it off to whoever is going to come and grab it.
You gotta be careful though, that thing is like bulk 5. It is massive.
Do we want to split it or something?
Well, it's raw materials we can use later, on top of it
Right.
being a class that very few of us can move.
Yeah.
Well, you could cart it back to your ship, but at a -5 to your speed. Because of being encumbered.
Jeez.
I'm already almost done with it.
I will note that working together is a thing you can do as well.
I'm done. But, yeah.
So- You know, that's not something we need right now. Thank you, Lila.
Constance is a little more goal-oriented at the moment. Can I look around for any canvas material that we can use as a slide or a chute?
You can, but be careful. When you open that door, there will be consequences.
Door.
The door to the crate. You just
Ah.
unlocked a crate full of malachite.
They are lamentably loud doors.
Also, it's just it's a crate full of rocks, and you just open the side of it a little.
We had a different idea of what the malachite crates looked like. You
Oh, we
said
did?
they were, yeah, you said they were bolted into the floor, making me think they were the ones with the top hatches.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
Oh.
You're right. That does make sense. That makes more sense.
They
I'm
were
sorry.
hopper crates then. For future note, that's
Yeah.
what that particular crate is. It's a hopper.
Yes, it's a hopper,
so they
right?
would
My-
they
you're
would
cor- you're
tip
correct.
over.
That is better.
I don't mean to correct you. I apologize, but I was just my way.
You'll have to find some way to pry open the door, though, because that is an absolutely massive door.
Yes. The only thing that we currently have that might be strong enough to even lift that door is Trevere.
Somebody call for Creepy Armstrong?
It's Lance Armstrong.
No, it was an FMA reference.
Mm,
Full
Yeah,
Metal
if-
Alchemist.
Yep.
yeah.
Louis
if-
Armstrong, Creepy Armstrong.
Trevere, can you lift that at all?
I can try.
That would be an athletics check.
Please don't screw me, dice.
I said no.
Oh, shut the fuck up!
Oh no!
Why would you say that?
What happened?
What happened?
I blame him.
Oh no.
It was the one.
Oh,
Do you have a
no.
hero
Why
point?
I only have one left.
It is a natural one.
A natural one beats consequences.
Yeah, well, stop opening your mouth, please.
I promise not to do it on purpose.
Okay. 12 plus 6. It's an 18.
You got it open, but you'll only have it open for one turn. You gotta put something underneath there. So anybody
Like
else?
a large chunk of
Somebody
malachite.
use the crowbar.
Yeah.
I was
You're
going to use
just
a
gonna
chunk of
leave it?
malachite.
Oh yeah, that's possible too.
True. Well, whatever you're going to do, please do it.
Apologies, I'm trying to make it through the noisy hallway where there's 3 doors and squeaky stairs.
Yeah.
Constance will grab a large chunk, as large as he can manage, chunk of malachite and wedge it to the smallest part of the opening that he can.
Alrighty. That successfully props open the door. You now have an opening of about a medium-sized creature to lift out malachite.
I suppose this works well enough. No need for any extra extraneous activities. God, words are hard, especially when you've been checking flights of stairs.
No
Have to cut
further
that.
extraneous endeavors.
Yes, no further extraneous endeavors. I'll have to cut all that other crap. Now, was there... I know we were talking about the crate and everything, but we never got to whether Constance had found a piece of cloth or something, something to use as a something to break the fall.
Well, you wouldn't be able to find it aboard this ship.
We can repulse.
But you might be... Actually, you would be able to find it aboard this ship if you explore a little.
We can do that as a sidebar after we're done with the main hub.
See, we need to get something that we can drop the malachite down. It'll catch it, give it a nice, easy little slide instead of clattering like a bunch of rocks.
Okay.
And I think it'd be a bad decision if we went exploring on our own. Especially with that thing. He's going to look around. Does he see the rat terror anymore?
Roll another luck check.
Wait,
yeah.
not a perception? Oh, no.
Oh no.
Oh, that's a 14.
Oh.
You do not see it.
We appear to be good. We should go.
And on that same line of thought, I would like to attempt a lore to see if I could tell anything about this particular human vessel design. Or at least from what I can see. Guesstimations.
Yes, guesstimations. Because above out of character, I don't exactly know how the ship works.
Well,
Fair enough. I am
Yeah,
going
that's
on mute. I gotta take the dogs out.
Yep, that would be an engineering lore.
Yep. Okay. I got a 16.
Alright, 16 total? Right.
Mhm.
You know that this is a human ferry ship, and generally the place you're in right now of the ship, the section of the ship you're in, is the cargo hold. Right now, there's usually some human, there's human living quarters further up in the ship. And those human living quarters often have fabric. You do also know that there's something off about the lack of humans right now. You've only seen one so far, and you should have at least seen 3.
Crap, it might be automated. Crap. Well, it worked before. I wonder. How do y'all feel about climbing through vents?
Events. Okay.
I think that would be an eventful time.
Lila is asking, auto-automated, I ask?
Oh no, I saw. We
Yeah.
could discuss it later.
Nice.
Please tell me, did anybody catch that pun?
Oh no,
Can
I
be
caught it.
eventful. Yes.
It's just
Oh, you did. You did respond. I thought it was either missed or it was that bad.
Well, it was a me moment where I accidentally just emoted, and I realized I have to post something because I don't know if there's even an image to meet the. Are you fucking serious right now?
Yes, you need the old 2012 Rage comic. Are you effing serious face?
Yep. Uh-huh.
I gotcha. All right, I'm taking the dog out.
Well, if you're looking for vents, you can roll a
Look.
You can roll a perception check.
Woo! Thank God that's something I'm really good at. Haha! 13 plus my mod gives me a 21.
You find a vent. There's a couple of vents, one on either side of the ship. Well, either not either end, but either side. However, you do know from your engineering lore that the living quarters are usually on the starboard side of the ship.
Right side of the ship, I believe.
I think so, yes.
Well,
Correct, because port
admittedly,
is left.
yeah, it's one of those weird cases of I have a bunch of buddies who are into maritime, so they've been sharing information with me.
Ah, that's cool. I only remember port and left being on the same side is because they got the same amount of letters.
Pretty
Well,
much.
that works.
But Lila is going with me, it seems. Once we get this through, because the whole finding of people to help.
So
Now, mind you, I'm
Constance,
not exactly explaining too much in character. It's just you
got you.
mentioned needing something, and I go, okay.
So Constance would like to stay put, and just for the fear of Maru and wherever that dog is, I would like to kind of remain where I'm at.
Good idea. But me and Lila are gonna shimmy on off and up to
All
a
right.
vent. Hold on tight.
So you make your way through the vents. This one is not covered, really, or rather, uncovering it is as simple as lifting it.
Woo! At least I don't have to fight with this one.
As you make your way into the vents, things get really dark.
Okay.
But you can see. I don't know if Lila can see, though.
Yeah, that's a good question. You have DV? Aries, quit that, you turd. Sorry, my cat was being a little shit.
Hmm.
Now
Nice
you're gonna
cat.
come up and yell in my face?
And then
Ah,
just
the
Hey,
walk
portable
away.
Sam.
sun disk,
No.
yes. Yeah?
I'm
God.
sending Luna upstairs. Will you grab her?
Alright. I will
Thank you.
mute myself.
Sun disk is a great idea, but we're trying to be stealthy. We do not need Ra right now. Will you quit being such a dominator?
Does Trevere even know what a sun disk is or does? In character, what does Trevere know? I know what Will might guess it is.
Look, in character, I think the extent of it is going to stop at sun.
I mean, that is a pretty good guess, even as a bug. Go outside.
Oh, it's the freaking flashlight thing, isn't it? Yes, then I believe my character would. I think. Either way, bright light bad. Oh, yeah, then yes, I am aware of what it is. Still sticks on the bright light bad.
Bright light,
Bright
bright
light
light, light.
bad.
I mean, has anybody ever turned the lights on in the bathroom or something, and there was a spider just shock staring at you?
I keep my bathroom clean of spiders. If I find one, they get screamed at very thoroughly.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell are you doing in my bathroom?
Oh no! A rat!
Oh no! Oh no!
Rat.
Oh yeah!
Oh no, a rat-sized spider.
Eek.
Hmm. It's bigger than a rat, actually.
Yes.
Alright, so you go into the vents?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Alright.
Taking her with me.
Alright, so you make your way through the vents. You see through the long pathway, there are pinpricks of light along the sides. You're not entirely sure which one goes to one of the living quarters, because your knowledge isn't that specific.
Yeah,
But you
no.
see at least 3 holes that could possibly lead to a living quarter. But they're all in sequence.
Guess we should just peek through.
Alrighty? You looking through the first hole?
Lila's typing something.
Oh, okay.
Mind to see what's up. Okay, yep. We're on the same page. Yep, we looking.
You looking in? Roll a perception check.
I apologize for the slow responses. I'm currently, like, stuffing my gullet.
Yeah. 19? 19 perception? You see inside, and it looks like more of the cargo hold through this first hole. However, what you do see wandering around in that cargo hold is the Rat Terror. He doesn't know you're there, though. It's sniffing around, looking kind of just jittery and moving, and just kind of wanders out of sight.
Please tell me it's the old PS1 graphics of the little rat terrier.
I know, I'm a terrible human being, but that's the only mental image that came to mind. We're peeking through the vents.
Yes. Alrighty, so but through this vent, it would just lead you to more of the hold. Through this hole specifically, and you've got 2 more.
Well, let's go have a look.
Alrighty, roll a perception check for the second one.
I'll try this next one. At least try. Ooh, 15 plus. I got a 23 out of that.
23. You see a floor that looks black and white checkered pattern, and it looks like a kitchen to you. A human kitchen.
We may have to loot this place eventually. Mostly for you guys. I mean, let's face it, if you guys die, I'd rather you be fat.
At least you're honest.
Does Trevere produce venom? I don't think so.
Yeah, no, we took the bite force and crushing specifics of the breed. They're not exactly venomous, they're just big enough to be damn maulers. I know, it's weird. Such a big critter does not actually have any real potent venom. It's mostly the bite damage. And let's face it, if you're you-sized and you get bit by a pair of fangs that puncture half of your body diameter, I'd say you die.
Yeah.
One of the cases of where nature chose brute force.
Paralysis poison. Well, there are other insects that might make it, so that's not an option now, but it may be an option later.
Yes. For example, there's a few species of Vespidae that are actually quite paralytic. But would you like to try the last peek? 'Cause I think I found the chow hall. Ooh! Got a 17 on that one.
Okay.
She did.
1 second. Okay. Through the last hole, through the last vent, you see what looks to be a living quarter. It's not occupied, and it doesn't look like there's anybody currently stationed to live there, but it's there.
Time out. Time out. Before we get too squirrely, Lila, do you see any eyes on the ceiling?
That would be another perception check. 20?
Yes.
Nat 20.
Yes.
When you look up, you see a black disc, shiny like, attached to a metal cylinder.
Crap.
There is a red light blinking on one side.
You know, I'd high five you right now. There was a very appropriate choice of phrasing for that one. If you guys could chat.
Oh, you talking about
Lila's-
just one eye like yours? Yes.
That's gonna be a problem. Hmm. How far from the floor are we with this duct?
You're about an inch off the floor. Not very high off the floor. You're at the very bottom of the room.
So little bitty Lila can actually do this. I'm afraid I may just be too large for this one. No, I mean get to collecting. Since we're this far to the ground, we're avoiding the eyes. They never seem to put eyes in the vents.
Alright, you crawl through. The floor of this room is soft and fluffy.
Ooh, carpeting.
Alright, so I will roll for it. Roll a stealth check.
Sorry. It's
Oh, wow.
swankiness for real.
17. Nothing happens. You are safe to continue.
Good job. Keep going.
Yes, I'm cheering someone on who's a third my size, and it's not you.
Looking for the nesting material? Yeah.
We're not worried about this material, damn it.
You see the bed. Ah, yes.
Oh.
The bed is quite obvious. It's right there. It's massive. It looks like any bed that you would sleep in your normal days, just built for a human.
Are there any
Yeah.
twisty metal bits, Lila?
An
Ooh.
18. You do in fact find a couple pieces of twisty metal. They're straight. It's a straight. You're not entirely sure if it's metal. It's coated in a shiny black material.
Hmm.
And bends quite easily. But stays bent.
Huh. Mass Springs, then.
As you get towards it, you notice that the bed above you is not. It doesn't have any springy things. Whatever. It does have a large fabric surface underneath. One of the pieces of fabric is loose.
They're cats. Ooh. Snag it.
That would be an athletics check to pull the loose fabric. That does not make it.
Wait. Did you ever retrieve... You didn't retrieve your sword from me.
Roll a stealth check,
Who?
Lila.
Hey, DM.
19. That was 19 on the die or 19 total?
Probably a total.
On the
on
the
die.
die. Okay.
Nice.
You for a split second think that the eye on the ceiling looks towards you, but then it passes by. You are free to try again to pull that fabric. Yes.
Hey, DM.
Oh, you
I know
grabbed
you
your hook on it? Okay, yeah.
I know you didn't ask, but I did roll to see what I was seeing for Maru and where I was, and I rolled another nat 20.
You rolled a nat 20. You see Maru
Yeah.
is still knocked out, tied in the galley, and you do not see the rat terror anywhere.
Okay.
18 to land the grab hook, that works. You can pull. With a +2 to your athletics check to pull the fabric.
While she does this, I'm still in the fence. Is there anything that ascends?
No. But you do notice that there's a breeze in the vent now.
Oh, crap. Which direction?
17.
The direction we came from or the direction we haven't gone yet?
The direction you haven't gone yet. It's
So
just
it's blowing towards me.
a soft, warm breeze. And
Oh,
17
no.
plus 2, that does pull the fabric. You are now the proud owner of in items terms, a large chunk of sailcloth.
Oh. Slightly smaller than the bit I'm wearing.
Well, large. It's very large.
Ooh.
It's you pulled a sheet.
Oh. Bravo.
Okay, 1 second. I'm just imagining what that actually looks like. Oh, goodness. Roll again. Roll a stealth check.
Don't worry, as soon as you get within range of the vent, I'll help. Horrifying concept of a bunch of black hairy arms sticking out of the hole in the floor.
16 on the die plus 4. The
Dirty
eye
20.
does not focus on you. You're getting real damn lucky with these rolls.
Just see Travere's arms poke out the vent. He
Oh,
grabs
God.
onto a sheet and it just shoop like spaghetti.
That's what I was thinking.
Yes, gotta love the physical dice, of course.
Me too.
Alrighty, so you pull it close enough for Travere to grab it. Alright. Roll one final stealth check.
The one roll that finally fails, I bet. Oh no. Oh. What's your mod?
The eye on the ceiling narrows and looks directly at you. The
Lila,
light
what's
on
your
its
mod?
side starts blinking.
Oh.
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 18.
The 4. The 4. So you only ended up with 14? Ow.
Okay.
Nothing has happened yet, but the eye on the ceiling is tracking you. In fact, I should roll a different type of perception check.
No kidding.
Where is that? Oh, whoosh. I forgot how high that is. Holy shit, you are lucky motherfuckers.
Yes.
Tell?
Tell us.
The perception check of the human behind the board was nat 1.
No!
What the fuck is mine?
That's your third nat 1 on a perception.
Yes.
Against us, mind you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the camera saw you, the human didn't.
Golly.
Nope, instead watched the
He was on a
security.
cough.
He was playing a Doom simulator.
Why do I hear Doom music?
So you pull the sheet out into the vent. The eye, after the sheet is no longer in view, stops blinking and widens.
It's just the wind.
We should be good, but damn, talk about a sweat moment for real. I don't know about you, but damn, I'm sitting here going, ooh, getting nervous burps. We had our solid snake moment.
What a
Top of my ass
thrill.
cheeks is too thick.
No, the exclamation noise when they say you.
Oh, you mean the noise?
Yep.
Let's see if that GIF actually exists. It probably does. Oh, and of course my everything is lagging, but when I click on the GIF menu.
Oh.
You
Let's
want
click off of
you?
I'm not gonna do GIFs. Let's forget it.
Oh,
All
here we
right,
go.
so-
I found something. Here you go.
Oh, that
Yep.
works. You what? Huh?
This cracker.
Fucking right. I have done that. I have done that exact same
That
thing.
reminds
Oh
me
my
of the
God.
Ocarina of Time
No.
palace garden section.
Oh,
No, I
oh
got
God, yeah.
I got you. I got you one. The Hobbit. What was that?
Oh
You're staring
yeah,
at
the
your
one for
ass.
the GameCube.
Just the way. And you're busy going, please don't fart. Please don't fart.
Yes. Alrighty, so you now have you can now carry the sheet all the way through back through the vents back to the hold.
Oh sheet.
It's just the image of a little mouse going into the room, ripping the sheet off the bed, and then little spider hands go and grab it.
That.
Oh, what?
Lila would get mad if she heard you say that.
Oh. Okay, so a little rat
Yes.
ripping the sheet off the bed and dragging it into the vent with the help of a spider.
It's okay. All them rodentiforms taste the same. I mean, look the same.
Wait.
Wait.
Wait a minute.
Hold up.
Wait.
It could be
All
any
right.
one of us.
No.
Alright, so you
Look
can, in
out.
fact...
We vented.
Canon fact? What
You-
was
Someone say
canon
canon?
fact? I love to know about cannons.
But you can take the sheet back through the vent. All the way through.
I'll pull, you push. Ooh. We'll regroup with Constance?
Mm-hmm.
I apologize. I am piss poor with names. Like, I am barely remembering coworkers' names.
Fair enough.
Who are you?
What?
What's your name?
Tony!
I'm
Tony!
gonna have to find out when my coworker's name is Tony and ask him if he's seen that, because this shop is full of dweebs.
Mm-hmm. What's your name? Ezekiel!
That name fucking
I
sucks.
think you Ezekiel.
Don't you say shit about my mother!
But yes, we'll
Hence why you're here, Spider Boy.
So, I take it you take the sheet all the way through the vent to the other side. You and Lila and Travere meet up with Constance and Scarlet.
Constance is going to look at the sheet just pooling out of this air vent. And he's going to go, oh, sheet.
Well, it worked.
Roll one more luck check, Christian.
Why me? Somebody else.
Okay.
I mean,
someone
I
else.
could.
Roll a luck
Mhm.
check.
Yeah. Sure.
No, never mind. I have the most fucking hero points at the moment.
Yeah,
I
no
also
kidding.
have 3.
Going down mine on 2 nat 1s, thank you.
That's an 11.
That's an 11, just barely. You hear snuffling for a little bit, but then it goes away.
We should be quick. This isn't looking safe.
Sounds good.
Travere, bring that sheet up here.
Yeah, not a problem. Sorry, I just smushed my fingers retrieving my solid states.
How?
Solid state? Snake?
No, my solid states.
I know, I'm joking.
Ah,
Because we were talking about Snake this whole time.
I
With
know.
the help of the crafting proficient, not the crafting deficient like myself, I would love to create a little slide that we can just drop the malachite on to the ground level.
Now, isn't one of our craftsmen on the team more seamstress and fabrics?
I
Yes,
believe our
yes,
red
indeed.
squirrel was.
Okay, this works great.
And which one was the red squirrel again?
That's
Scarlet.
Scarlet. Yes.
The name kind of the dead giveaway. I actually managed to remember that.
I'm not even looking at the name list right now, honestly. I wish I was. It helps. You look like you might know a thing or two about this. You know what a net looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Can you make just the general outline of a net using this to catch all the malachite and carry it safely to the floor?
Okay.
He's going to pull out his sword and start cutting strips of this sheet in, let's say, 10-inch strips, so we have lots of area to cover to
Okay.
use.
I get what you're.
Yeah.
I'll try it. What the? I got a nat 20 for 26.
Well,
the nat 20s.
Yeah.
All right. This thing is immaculate.
like, it's better than some of the craftsmanship you've seen in the town.
Honestly,
Like
it
when
might be better
when I got a
than
nat 20 for the metal legs.
It might be better than some of the human stuff we've been looking at too.
By the way, did you read the chat? That just dawned on me, since we do have fabric and steel workers on the team.
Yeah, you also produce silk, so yeah.
It is valid
Nice.
if we take that opportunity. It might not be all that durable, but
That is something we would have to prepare for and actually have a few days of
yeah,
downtime to attempt.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
just a future
Mhm.
note thing.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, sure, I'm good at the metal work, but I can at least help a little with the fabric.
So, with that and everything being prepared, I'm assuming you're going to want one more luck check before we actually start moving the malachite down. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes, indeed.
I think I will take the opportunity to sit here. Don't fail me now. I'm going to have to use a hero point. That's a 9 on the die.
Hmm.
So close yet so far.
So close yet so far.
That's a 12 on the die.
Better.
You are in luck. There is no rat terror in the running around right now.
Now, to start moving the malachite, I would like to start at the furthest corner because if this is going to make any dent in this malachite that we've got, I want to create a little ramp so we can reach the opening and just pull in from the back.
Okay.
How many minutes are you going to spend doing this?
I wish to go until the ship can no longer feasibly carry any more.
Okay.
And that
Yeah.
will be up to whenever Trevere and whoever else is on the ground, Maru, would probably know as well. I think I lost hearing or something because I don't hear anything.
Oh, no, I didn't say anything.
No,
Yeah.
that was it. Whether Maru or Trevere would know because Trevere's carrying it, Maru's the ship hand.
Well, you'd have to wake up Maru.
Oh yeah, that's right. No, he can sit there and nap. It's up to Trevere then.
What do I gotta do?
I am just moving as much malachite as physically possible until you tell me the ship can no longer carry anymore.
Yes.
That is how much time I would like to spend.
Hmm.
Would
Well,
you like to spend time here? Yes.
would you like to load more?
Would you like to load more? Exactly.
Yes. Okay, so I would assume that in order to fill the hold, it would take 5 minutes. 5 minutes of just throwing rocks into the hold. And that would net you probably around, let's say, 10 bulk worth of malachite before your ship just can't hold anymore. Wait, no.
Alright.
No, wait, no, not 10. Your ship can hold a lot more than that. 25.
I was
Oh,
gonna
nice.
say, at 10 bulk, I'd have to make 3 trips.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's a bit more than that. Like,
It's
But
still...
we
Actually,
do
no,
have
hold
two
up, hold up.
ships.
we
We
never
do have two
actually.
ships.
Yes. We never actually established how much a ship can hold.
No, we have not. But a standard
And-
ship is usually about 25 across by
By the
50
way,
or something.
this is where some of my recent acquisitions of maritime information can help our table, because there are ships slightly different design for the purpose of mass hauling. Now, because we did have one of our ships was indeed a cargo variant, we will have a high payload capacity on that one. The other one, however, I don't know enough about.
Mm.
Okay, so then I would suggest. Roll 1d100 for the cargo ship and 1d50 for the other ship.
Shall I hazard the 100?
Yes.
Oh wow, I don't own a D100, nor is there a mod for it. One
I
second, let me
apologize.
dig
I
this-
missed. What was the roll again?
1d100 for the cargo ship and 1d50 for the other ship, but I don't think we have a d50, so that would be 5d10 for the smaller ship.
I do own a table server with those dice bots available, so I can run those. Let's see what we got. D100, no mod.
No mod.
Okay, let's see what we get. 19 on the 100.
So only 19 bulk? And the cargo
Yeah,
ship?
it's weird. That was a weird one.
Well, no, we'll just
you-
assume that's the one for the. We'll just assume that's the number for the smaller ship.
All right.
And then roll
well,
that
let's
d100
try.
again.
52.
52 bulk is what you can fit in the cargo ship, and 19 bulk in the other.
Okay.
And how much time does that add to the amount? Because it was 5 minutes originally.
Well, for half that weight of our cargo, I have to make 8 trips. So if we run 12 trips, we should be 2/3 of the way. No, 13 trips will put us about 2/3 of the way through our total bulk ratio, if my math holds, because these aren't even numbers to work with.
So at
Yeah.
20 bulk, we were looking at about 5 minutes. And we've
So-
gone up to about 3 times that, so we're looking at about 15 minutes.
Yeah, I was thinking 15 to 20 should give us
Yeah.
enough without overclocking, because if we overburden our ship, we will be slow.
Agreed.
Alright,
Yeah.
then I will have you roll 3 luck checks, one for every 5 minutes.
Oh, crap.
I could do one.
I'm a tad busy shuttling.
Give me 1 moment. I'm still dealing with squeaky chairs and noisy doors.
All right.
Luck, you say? I still
Mhm.
have 2 hero points.
I got a 16.
16, so the first one's good.
First one passes.
By the way, for the table
Gonna have
and
to
our
spend a hero point on that one.
okay,
Could
I
you,
was
if
gonna
you wouldn't
say-
mind?
For the table, I do have access to some dice parsers we can put in the Discord panel if you wish to broadcast the rolls.
I just
Okay.
simply don't like the way your dice inputs are a lot of. It's not very simplified.
I don't know.
And-
/RD digit. That's pretty simple.
All right, I've got an 11 after that reroll.
Okay, so the second one's good.
Does anybody else want to roll the third one, or shall I?
Well, 2 of us are currently occupied. That is you 2.
Okay. That's another 11 on the die.
Both times you hear snuffling, but then it goes away. You manage to
Okay.
load your ship with 81 bulk worth of malachite.
Whew. Can I eat?
Can I eat it? Eat the creature. Is there anything else you want to do aboard this ship?
Well, there's nothing else we can do at the moment.
Yeah.
So, leaving.
We're a little locked and loaded.
Nah,
Mhm.
there's a part of me that wants to try to sabotage this ship, because if it's stranded, we can always get it later.
Hmm.
But I digress.
You say that as Trevere, because Constance would love to sabotage this ship.
If you want to bet
Yeah.
your luck.
I know.
Mm.
I know. I do have a plan, though.
Mm.
Everybody, get on the ship.
Got it.
The ship is not quite treading water, but it is very low into the water right now.
I'm gonna take it steady.
All right. I would like, if at all possible, the scenario I'm trying to set up here is to have the ship start pulling away, and I'd like it to be safe, like off to the side. Like, I don't want it to be in the range. I would like this motherfucker to come and charge me, and I would like to last minute dodge and launch him out of the boat.
Well,
Wait.
you'd have to attract its attention.
I know that. I was fully prepared for that one. But that is the scenario I'm
Boom.
trying to set up. If anybody has any other suggestions, we have not done it yet. I am open to them.
Here's my suggestion.
Kaboom.
Kaboom.
Do you have explosives? I do not.
No.
You do have 1 barrel of gunpowder. But it's like the equivalent of a firecracker.
Do we have range to shoot cannon at? I wish to say.
You could try.
Well, I would have to payload it. I mean, it's already crafted. We just require a load.
Well, if we are going to fire the cannon, Trevere, would you mind lending me some silk?
For what?
Enough that I can tie on my waist and you can hold on to the other end in case I fall in.
You do know I'd be holding the cannon, right?
I figured you'd put that on the deck of the ship.
No, I never attached it after I clubbed that glass guy into submission with it.
I didn't say attach. You can put it down.
But it's my baby.
And besides, you have more than 2 hands.
I can't.
You strong ass motherfucker, take the rope.
Yes, I'm sorry. That was a terrific response. I'm sorry. You have more than 2 arms.
Propellers, yes. So, what do you do, Constance?
If everybody is down with the plan, or down with the sickness, as it were,
As it was.
Yeah.
as it was. I would like to, if everybody has followed the plan and they've pulled off to the side, and I have that little waist of rope, waist full of rope, I would like to start squeaking.
One second, let me roll perception for the thing. For the rat terror.
Mm.
And it's gonna get a +2 to its bonus because you're making enough noise for it to hear.
Well, I am trying. That should help too.
Well, you see its eyes poke out from behind the wall, behind one of the crates, and it looks at you. It's growling, and you can tell it's getting ready to lunge.
Yep, come this way. Come right this way. I wish to wrap a hand around the rope or the silk around my waist and give it a tug to let them know that something is there and that to be ready for it. And I would like to use my last 2 actions to prepare to jump out of the way when this thing charges me.
Alrighty, it's going to move forward. Let's see.
I do not wish
What is
to
its
jump
abilities?
out.
I forgot.
I wish to jump down so I'm not close to it when it lands in the water.
Alrighty. Given your plan, you're going to get a +2 to your AC. Because that's a good plan. It's going to use Rush.
Oh boy.
No.
My AC at a +2 would be 20.
Yep,
Yes,
so
20.
it's going to roll to hit. So, do. It has to roll pretty poorly not to hit. Anyway, regardless. A 32 hits.
Oh.
Now,
Oh.
do you
Isn't that a...
You have that action to dodge, to be pulled away. So, Travere,
Well, I'm
roll an athletics check.
I'm
Right?
curious what rules
You
as
said
written.
athletics?
Yes, athletics check.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
The optional usages for hero points, rules as written, if I remember them correctly, is you can make another reroll as an opponent make a reroll as well, correct? Or is that from the pre-remaster?
I don't know, but I will rule that you can do that. You can use your last hero point to make him reroll.
I could do that too. I have 3.
So
That
I wait on
depends
my roll then?
That depends on the acrobatics check. Actually, no. You're gonna make it reroll. You're gonna make it reroll, right?
I'm just going to make it reroll. The Travere is going to pull me anyway. I've given the signal.
Oh.
It's a good thing
Okay.
you rerolled.
Oh,
That
no.
was
got
my
an
last
18.
hero point.
It got an 18.
That is not enough.
Oh, that's so weird.
So make your athletics check to pull Constance out of the ship. Travere?
Yes?
Your athletics check to pull Constance out of the ship.
Yep. Let's see. I need to mute so I can roll because I have a metal tray.
Okay. Oh,
Gotcha.
no. We want to hear that.
Oh, Jesus.
Hear the dice rolling.
Well. I'm cursed.
Oh no.
Do you still have hero point?
No!
Mm.
Well, I guess we're going for a swim, gents.
Constance, you don't get pulled out, you kind of fall out of the ship. You're in the water now. And the rat terror is looking down at you, kind of slipping off the side.
I wish to use my reaction to tap that little monkey head emblem I've got to activate my climbing and see if I can catch the wall.
Alrighty. This little critter is going to roll a reflex save.
I'm fucking cursed. That is my third nat 1 today. I'm gonna go find a bridge.
I recommend you put those dice under a burning pyre and leave them under the ashes until the next full moon.
The rat terror falls off the edge of the ship and is in the water below you.
I am still hanging onto the side of the ship, and if that thing has gone down, I'm going up.
I was better off with the
Alrighty.
Digidice.
It's thrashing around in the water trying to swim. It doesn't know how.
I am... Constance
might sound-
is just waiting.
Yeah, it might sound weird, but could I like stick my javelin out so we can crawl on?
Okay, you can do that. Roll a luck check, though.
Okay.
If Constance sees this, he is going to start hollering, and I don't even know if you can hear him past all the ocean and the weather and the dog itself, but he is
Right.
telling you, don't do that.
Okay.
It's up to the DM whether or not you can hear me.
Roll a perception check, Scarlet.
I'll do that first. Oh. I think I'm out. No. That's I think that's dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You do, in fact, hear him say, don't do that.
Okay, then I just pull it back and I'm like, okay.
Back away! That thing will sink the ship if it lands on it. We're already at capacity as it is.
Yeah.
Now, roll that luck check.
Alright.
This is a different luck check, but still.
Not 20.
Nat 20.
Oh,
That means
yeah.
you get good luck. The movement of the ship and your
14
ship
favors
makes it
the
so the rat
bold.
terror is being pushed away from both of you.
Nice.
Well, rather, you're moving and it's staying behind.
Let's go.
What do you do now? The rat terror is trying to swim to you, but it's moving at half speed to get up to you.
Constance is making his way back up into the hole, and he's still attached by the waist with this rope, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So whenever he gets himself up there, he's going to take it off of his waist and see if he can tie it on a very secure location, and then figure out what the ship is doing. Well,
Which-
the inside of the ship.
The inside of the ship is not doing anything.
If that's clear, he is going to refocus his attention on the crew.
Alrighty.
What are the rest of the crew doing?
I'd be driving, I guess.
Apparently she's manning the helm.
Alrighty. Do you pull the ship closer to the human ship or what?
Well, I mean, with the one guard gone, what do you guys think? But we are already loaded.
Yeah, it might be best to just like haul this stuff back, and
You
then
still
if
have
we
to
want,
get Constance, though.
uh,
Constance is still
yeah.
not in the ship.
Distinctly remember a
Afterwards.
big hairy ass spider saying something about sabotaging this ship so we could come back to it later. I made it so we could sabotage the ship, and now we gotta turn away?
I didn't say no. I haven't even debarked.
we
That
we
was
are
just-
sabotaging the ship.
God damn it.
I
Okay.
have only a 3 in my wisdom score. I am not that intelligent.
I have +4.
+3 is not bad.
Ironically, I have a standing +2 mod to my wisdom.
We are all not wise.
Okay.
I got a +2 to everything but charisma.
Well, the rat terror is pushed away in the wake of the ship.
Well, as long
Could
as we
I
don't.
attempt to like, drive away from the rat terror and towards the human ship?
Mm-hmm. You see it thrashing in the distance.
Did it have a collar? Yes, make this more emotional damage to the fact that we just drowned someone's pet in self-defense.
I was about to say, could we fade to black?
Yeah, can we there? Just skip
Yeah.
the dog. We know.
Okay. It is what it
Exactly.
is, yes.
I mean,
It is
I know
what
I'm
it is.
technically being a double standard right now. The player in me goes, oof, but the character in me goes, dinner.
Yeah.
I knew that was coming.
Well, I am going to roll something for one of the humans, actually. No, come on. Machine.
Oh boy.
Close. Okay. You see up at the top of the ship, one of the humans look over and not notice you, but notice the dog. They are running. They
God
run to
damn
the
it.
other side of the ship.
No.
No!
You see a boat being lowered on the other side of the ship. However, they are nowhere around near you.
I could probably assume you guys don't have a blasted clue what I was saying there.
Cut some fuel lines. What are those?
Oh no, I'm in.
You know how? Wait, what was his name again? The fellow that lost a leg. He was bleeding. Same idea.
Mm.
As you all talking, the little boat draws closer to the closer to the rat terror, and scoops them out of the water.
Okay.
Anything else you're doing?
Captain, time to make a call.
Were we continuing towards the human ship?
Well, do you
I
want
mean,
to push
unless
left?
you're leaving Constance, where he's at, yeah.
And me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you do need to collect your crew members.
Yes. So that.
But yes, that whole cutting fuel lines would have been said to Constance.
And Constance would think that's a lovely idea, and we should go after we tell the crew.
Ah. You know as well, then.
I know what I get out of this.
No, it was more along the lines of you know what fuel lines are.
Of course, Constance knows what fuel lines are.
Some of the more advanced ships of the Radanak Shipping Company have fuel lines attached to them. They are commandeered, but they're commandeered electric motors.
And Constance's job, part-time aside from the bookkeeping, is to sneak onto human ships and steal their human-based technology.
This works wonderfully.
So wherever the rest of the crew are, I would love to tell them that we are looking at a little espionage.
Alright. I guess you would see the ship approaching fast, and I'm manning it, so I would be,
Mm-hmm.
out front.
Well,
So
I'm definitely not
Pirates of the Caribbean.
I am definitely not the decision maker here, so whoever's in charge here.
I was kind of hoping you might be. You seem to know your stuff.
Well, fuck it, we ball.
All right.
Alright, keep an eye on Maru. Make sure Kilfin doesn't throw up anywhere else, aside overboards. And maybe even get dinner started.
So how many people are going aboard the human ship?
I'm thinking.
Constance and Trevere, and whoever else may wish to join.
I can stay and keep the ship, manned.
Alright.
I mean, considering the risk of this, it may be better off with as small a group as we can get. I mean, we do have two people who know what we're planning to fuck with.
Indeed, and they are well, my dice rolls would argue with that, but they're designed to be the most capable fighters.
Well, my dice roll certainly set fighting just fine.
Yeah, you've seen mine. I have yet to test the real one, the regular dice. But I believe it's just the two of us.
Isn't that a
20-foot
song?
slinky rat.
What's that? Just the two of us? We could break it if we try.
Just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
Anyway.
We can break it if we really try. God damn it, Will. Thank you.
We can cut those fuel
Hey,
lines.
and by the way, since we are technically
Copyright
digital,
risk, yes.
no, since we are technically speaking of media, please refer to my handle online. I do have a standing online handle.
Okay, great.
Thank you. Not trying to be weird or nothing. It's just given the stuff we got and all the stuff I got, it'd be best if my online persona stuck.
Okay.
Alrighty, so you are sneaking aboard the ship once more. Once more into the breach.
I was gonna say I don't think he and I left.
Oh, okay.
But we were
Yeah,
waiting for
probably
the
just
ship
would've-
to come back.
The sheet you had left behind. Did you untie the sheet, or is it just still hanging there?
It is...
They take
No, the sheet was never tied on the outside. The sheet was tied inside of the crate to drop
Yes,
the
that's what
malachite
I'm-
down to the floor.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, crap.
Is it still hanging from the thing?
No, that would have been bundled up and put back inside of the ship in case we need it next time.
Okay, so you have your sheet net.
A well-prepared sailor is not one who leaves half their gear sitting on the island.
Exactly.
This is true, but we are
And
burning
Constance
our,
was
we are
there.
burning our time. That dinghy is approaching.
Yes, the rescue boat has turned back around and is returning to the ship, but it will take a little while to get there. Approximately 30 minutes.
Yep, time
So,
to boogie.
if this is the hold, the
Boogie woogie.
generator should be lower down below
Got him.
us, closer to the center. And
Well, aren't
with
most
that,
of the engines in the rear?
well, if this is a newer model ship, they moved it to the center so it would be better protected from battlement fire.
But this is a holler, isn't it?
Yeah,
We
it's a
don't-
hauler ship. Trevor
We don't
would
know where. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So yes, to the tail.
Yes, because Constance obviously has dealt with battleships.
Funnily
mostly.
enough, you are near the tail.
I'm on my way.
Okay. I can probably assume, mechanically speaking, my tremor sense would cease to be valuable the closer we get because that vibration's wild.
But it would be useful to find it.
True, but that's a very shaky scenario. Like,
The whole
eventually,
ship-
yeah, it doesn't matter how good your hearing is, too much noise, you can't tell jack. Same thing with the
Yes.
tremor sense, I feel.
I will
so.
say that for the tremor sense, if once you're close enough to it, you'll take a -2 to all perception because you're overloaded by the sense.
Crap.
So is that for everybody or just
Just
the
for
people with tremor
just for
sense?
Trevere. Yeah, just for those with tremor sense.
Yeah.
Like,
Got
imagine
you.
having hearing aids and then sitting next to a speaker.
Ugh.
At
I
a
can
metal
hear-
concert.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's basically it.
Oof.
Yeah, oof. Well, I'll get us as close as we can before I start getting confused.
I will follow, and obviously it'll take me no time once we get close enough to figure out where this thing is.
So it takes you about a minute to get there, so you have 29 minutes left.
Okay. All I could envision was eventually, once we got close enough, basically turn into Bitsy with the whole which way is west.
West is whichever way you is to your left when you're not looking. Constance would love. Constance would love to find the matte black soft rubber pipes that are oh so good to chew on.
Yes, indeed.
For the
Brother,
Honestly, if you actually know like Animal Planet wild history and shit, animals love that black plastic rubber crap. For some reason they think it
The reason being is it has the side effect of creating a sweet sensation to their taste bud.
Yeah, it's definitely because they did brain scans and it sets off like
A
actual
dopamine.
response. I'm saying that as an animal, not someone who has done that. Let's get that. Let's get that right.
Okay.
I know
Okay,
better.
but humans are animals too.
I didn't
Rubber.
assume that to
Nom,
begin
nom.
with, but you know.
Hey, no fighting. Sorry, my
Talking to
dog's
the-
fighting.
Yeah.
Right, so you get close to the. You see the engine? It's this colossal machine rumbling like the day is long, and Trevere is like, ugh. But the machine does show its tubes. They're not really blackish. They are grayish, but they were close enough.
I wish to find the cool one.
Well, roll a perception check for that because you're using your hands to check the sense of the temperature of each.
Oh crap!
That is a 14 on the die plus my perception plus 6.
So that's a
that
dirty
would be
20.
Dirty 20.
You do in fact find the cool pipe, the cool tube.
I wish to chew it open so there is fluid leaking from it. I do not wish to go further than that because it's not. The fluid is not tasty.
Roll to hit.
Oh, I don't know what my bite bonus is. I think it's +6 too.
11 attacks.
Ah.
Yes, it's +7 actually.
+7, so that is a total of 16.
16. You do in fact bite it open. Quickly make a slight reflex check.
Oh no.
18 on the die.
18
Plus
on the
my-
die. You avoid the spurt of fuel.
All right, my job here is done.
That probably took you about 5 minutes, so you have 24 minutes left.
Now that will stop
Open
it
a
from.
couple more.
You want to go in there and chew on them. They taste awful once you get them open.
Have you seen what I eat?
I've seen that you like to eat living things, yeah. I'm gonna go fuck with the electrical.
Oh, great if I smell barbecue.
I am going to urinate on any exposed... exposed... I'm going to be a rat!
God damn it!
Okay. Roll a reflex check for pissing on the electronics.
I'm a rat, damn it! That
It's
is...
the Whistler.
That's a 16 on the die, plus my reflex, which I think is +7.
Alrighty. Somehow you do not get zapped as this thing starts sparking from you pissing on it.
Alright.
Somehow.
I've learned my lesson. Javier, are you ready to
The
go?
ships are good. These engines are generally watertight, but having broken into it and pissed into it, you break that water tightness.
By the way, I'd like to point out the fact that you just unintentionally started the plan I had to sabotage the ship, so we best leave before the fuel hits them sparks.
Constance has come out from wherever you saw all of those sparking, sparks, obviously. And you'll just see a silhouette of Constance, and then he'll come out and he'll be a little bit shaky. All right, it's time to go.
Alright. Roll 1d12.
Whom?
Who?
Either one of you. 1d12.
Can we both roll and take the highest?
I'll hazard this.
All right, go ahead.
Huh, 6.
You have 6 minutes before the fuel reaches those sparks.
Time to go.
Time to go, and that's 1 minute from the door to the engine room. So that
Yep.
leaves us with 5 minutes to climb down.
Mhm.
Ew.
Ew.
I'm not looking at the chat. What's going on?
It's got a gif of someone going, ew.
Yeah.
Alright, so it
I
takes
mean,
1 more minute. So now you
he's
have
a
5
rat.
minutes. You have 5 minutes left. You're now at the edge of the... You're at the end... At the rust hole. And you can climb out to get onto your ship.
What's that, brother? Ew.
Brother.
Ew.
Brother,
Brother.
Brother.
All right, proceed to climb. I have a
Yeet.
climb speed of 20 feet.
Here's my
Alrighty.
response.
Yeet! You yeet aboard the
Yeah.
ship. That takes you 1 more minute. There's 4 minutes left. Actually, no. Yeah, it is 4 minutes. You have 4 minutes left to get away.
Starts.
I highly doubt this is going to be explosive, but if we burn them out, the ship will be stranded.
Start sailing back towards Redneck City.
Does this vessel come
Which
with?
part of Redneck City? 5th District or 1st District?
Does this ship come with oars?
That is
Yes.
up to the DM.
It has
I would say
oars
yes.
and sails.
Constance would go to the 3rd district.
To go to the 3rd district, you'll have to go to one of the pylons and climb up.
Ah, correct.
By the way, how much
So
It's
is
that
possible.
would be the 1st district then, because I think that's the closest one to the water.
How much of this are you planning to turn over?
What's
No,
actually
I'm
interesting is that you are in
not-
the dead center of the bridge, which means it's an equal distance to go to 5th or 1st. About 3 days travel.
Now, Constance would know what to do with what we were going to do with this malachite, but Christian does not. What are we
you'd
doing?
have to find some way to smelt it in order to get copper out of it.
And
Easy enough.
And that's if we want to use it as just the straight copper
And-
resource.
And if you
We
were to
could s-
actually do it, you would get 1,000 copper seed for each bulk of malachite you smelt.
Damn.
So
Ooh,
81 would be 81,000 copper seed if you managed to do this.
yeah.
Well, Constance wasn't thinking that we had the capabilities to smelt it, so there was probably a broker that he was going to trade the raw malachite with.
Okay.
Well, bright side is I can always give it a shot.
Yes, you can.
You will have to get yourself situated because you do not have the material for a foundry here.
So,
No.
if we go back to 1st District, they might notice the ship. They certainly gonna notice me. I shouldn't be back there for at least another 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't-
Let's give your options. You have 3 days to get to 1st district, 3 days to get to 5th district, or 1 day to get to 3rd district.
What district was it where I kind of ate the enemies?
1st District, the
First
same
district.
place
Yeah,
that Constance
We
is from.
we might not want to go there right now.
Yeah, agreed. I feel
Maybe
like
third.
third district is right in the middle. Allows us to get to both places.
As long as we avoid my brethren, I heard there was a section of town for that. We should be okay.
Okay.
Well, that's why we're going to 3rd district.
Hmm.
You do know what's in 3rd district, don't you?
No.
All of you roll a perception check. Using
Okay.
your scent. Using your scent.
Scent. Okay.
Well, that discludes me entirely.
Yes.
So, okay.
Bugs can pick up on pheromones. They do have a scent.
Yes, but but this is a chemical smell.
Yeah, I don't have that capacity. That's not. Yeah, it's
I
like
got
you do
18.
realize spiders can't sense temperature either.
I got 23
23.
in total.
Whoever got above, whoever got 18 and above, can smell the scent of burning rubber
Ugh.
coming from the ship, coming
It
from the
worked.
human ship. And you also see that the wakes behind the human ship have ceased.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
You guys did it.
What did we do? What did we do?
I believe it's
don't
called
know.
mercy.
I believe it's called retaliation.
Actually, good question. What did you do?
He's gonna look at you for a second with a shocked look. I
mean,
malachite.
if you ask me, I believe it's called we subdued our prey and then left them in a readily available location for later retrieval.
I'm going to go use the bathroom real quick. I'll be back.
Not what I meant.
And of course, the DM leaves just as we are like, yeah, we're figuring out what to do next. Now, we're going to the 3rd district. Oh, you're gone.
Well, while we have a second player-wise here,
Yes.
I do have access to human tech information, but it is, as you've seen, spotty sometimes.
Uh-huh.
Now, however, the specialty for the character is specifically geared towards crafting and creations. So foundry work is doable.
Right.
It's funny
This is
because mine is also in crafting, and I have an engineering lore. So I was like, "What the f is
Well,
going on?"
no, that's the class type for it. That's why I thought we
I
had two
know.
different craftsmen, because I am
yeah,
metallurgy,
because
smithing, shit like that, but with a
Right.
specialty towards human-based tech.
so what was happening when you were hearing me ask again about the crafting was me explaining where Constance was thinking. What, because he doesn't know what your specialty or skills are. He's already prepared to do this without any of the skills that you have.
I think for me, it's like fabric stuff and woodworking type
Toys and
toys.
dolls, yes, which are both fabric and wood.
Speaking of, there's a delivery. No, I'm just kidding.
I think
But
if you
that's
catch
why I'm bringing this
Constance,
up right now while we have that moment to talk as
yeah,
players. I'm the smithy engineer.
yeah, no, I get that. We've
And
already talked about that.
what do we have for the other craftsmen? What's the gear here?
I'm back.
I'm not sure. I only know that we had two crafters. Kilfin
that's
was a just a caster.
No,
Constance is a fighter, so
I'm out.
it was
That's why I was
only
asking specifically for the craftsman stuff, because there's stuff we can
toys.
collab on and we don't
It
step.
was it was a toy maker, so fabrics and woods.
Okay. That actually is very useful. The R2 can actually work together. That's great.
Speaking of, my father and mother are in the 3rd district. I might pay them a visit.
They're in the 4th.
Oh, 4th. Oh, I thought it was in my notes.
4th district is the factory district. 3rd district is Snow Rat's land.
Oh, okay.
That's basically where you take me.
Got it messed up.
All right, was there anything else?
Well, the TM's back. I'm ready to continue. Now we have tabled information that could be useful.
Mm-hmm.
And Scarlet, you would, if any of these moments that Constance has to himself, notice that he would pull out a small little hand-carved mouse figurine. And if you look closely, it probably look familiar.
I'll just, like, I guess one of these times I end up looking back and, oh, I think I've made or delivered stuff like that.
Funny enough, Lila ended up on the popular list with Trevor after that little scenario, because it's basically the same viewpoint as the spiders that keep pet frogs to control parasites.
Mm.
All right, DM, if you didn't have anything, we were going to RP that.
Okay.
Yeah, this was something I was intending to have for my daughter, but it wasn't meant to happen. I just had it delivered to. What was the name on that crate again?
Out of character. What was it?
DM, would Constance remember the name of the crate? On the crate.
The name of the crate. You talking about the crate of toys?
Yes.
The crate of
Manufacturer.
Scarlet, what is your family's last name?
Redwood.
Redwood. Okay, 1 second. The side of the
Basic to the
crate
point.
says Redwood Tinkering.
Yeah. It was made from some little shop in 4th District called Redwood Tinkering.
Oh, that's Me and my father's business.
What? Now, have
Redwood?
you named your father?
No, I have not. Let me try to. I'm gonna figure something out real quick.
Alrighty. If I may, I do have a suggestion.
Hmm.
Okay.
Albert.
I'm cool with that.
You know, Albert Redwood.
He's my father. Things have been rough, to say the least.
There's been so much.
I suppose it's poetry then. I'll meet you here. Why? Why was that? Why were the crates left at my house? I had paid extra to have in-person delivery, so I could go to the house with them.
I was kind of shooed away by the someone else. I do not
The
know
maid.
their name. Yeah, the maid.
Of course.
What, is she
I'm sorry about that.
Oh no, it's fine. I guess I kind of wish I had met you sooner, but I guess at the same time you must have recently had found out at the time, so.
I'd almost found out immediately as I got off the ship.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
What's unfortunate? I found out the toys weren't at the dock like I'd asked.
I wasn't told about that.
You have not been told yet about Constance's child.
No, I was saying I wasn't told about where to deliver them. In fact, I think I remember my father saying something about taking them to the house, but I
Oh, I
can't
guess
remember.
that's the last time I'm paying extra for special delivery orders, I guess. I hope that gold goes somewhere good. You've got a solid parrot. Any child will be lucky.
Well, copper, but yeah.
Huh?
Copper, not gold.
I didn't say gold.
Yes, you did.
I said lucky.
You said I hope that gold gets some
Right, gold, copper. My bad.
It's fine. It's fine.
One of those cases of 20 plus years of the same currency denominations.
Yes.
Exactly.
Well. So you're making you're sailing. Oh, sorry. Never mind.
I was gonna say
I'm interrupted.
you're good. Sorry about that. My father is going through a lot.
I suppose we are. We all are, aren't we? What's his
Suppose.
particular brand of poison?
I do not know any of that. I only.
Hexamethylene?
The funny you should say that, because above board, well, I already told you this, Scarlet, right?
No, I don't remember. I don't think.
I believe
let's
it
not
was
say.
lead.
Yes.
I remember that bit I was listening in.
Yes.
What was?
Out of character, Scarlet's father is dealing with lead poisoning, but he doesn't realize it.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
see,
I thought.
I might have been a little off on the chemical name, but it's basically the biotoxin that exterminators use.
I thought you were talking about tetramethyl lead.
No, that's why I said hexa.
Oh, hexamethyl. Hexamethyl.
It's Discord. We'll have to blame it on Discord. Can we move on?
Yes.
Now, I believe that was the end of our RP, because Constance has... He's not reliving what he's just had to go through over the last week. It's only been like 3, 4, 5 days.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, are you heading towards the 3rd district, or are we calling it there?
We are going to head towards the 3rd district.
Alrighty. I will not roll on the random encounter table because that seems immersion breaking a little bit. You make your way towards the one of the pylons of the bridge, and Constance, have you been near one of these pylons before?
I would think that growing up, especially where Constance has grown up, he's been in and around this bridge, this area when he's not out sailing under the Radanak Shipping Company. He's here somewhere in this city.
Well, you see one of the columns of the bridge just extend into the sky. You can't even see the top of the bridge. It's covered by clouds. It's as if you know that the pylon is round, but it is so big that it appears flat from your point of view.
And just as a little point of backstory, Constance was born in St. Mus and only traveled to Radanak City at a young age and grew up here.
Mm-hmm. So you would have gone past these pylons at least a couple of times.
At least a couple of times.
At the base of the column, you see a port.
Am I familiar with this port?
Not really. It seems hashed together. It just like mishmashed, thrown together. But it's been there a long time.
I know that District 3 is No Rat's Land, so... Am I being confronted with Rodentius or Insectoid?
You can't tell until you get closer.
If I can't tell, I think, Trevere, it's best if you put your face up front. They might not be happy to see my kind around here. Trevere?
Yep. Sorry, I had to unlock my phone to unmute.
This is No Rat's Land. Obviously, by the name, rats aren't welcome here. And you're not a rat, so get up front.
Alright.
As you approach, you all smell the stench of a dead body.
Is it the same one?
No.
Is it the what?
It's imagine the smell of rotting flesh soaked in brine.
Oh, I am
Now,
kind of familiar with that smell.
Is it the same body that we let go from a couple days ago?
No, it appears the smell seems to be emanating from a hut at the base of the dock.
God damn it!
So, like, I know it's a lake, so there isn't anywhere for that body to go. Did they really just pick the thing up and start, like, dissecting it? Or did it drown? I need to know what happened to that body.
Before you have a chance to see what's inside the hut, something pops out of it. It's
and
a
what
fly.
am I looking? I'm just gonna focus 4 of my eyes right at this little motherfucker.
This is a toll dock.
Uh-huh.
No one is allowed to dock here without paying 3 copper.
Really?
Rules.
Can Constance go down into the belly of the ship and grab a chunk of malachite?
How much
Nana?
malachite? Like 1 boat worth?
Enough. No, enough to convince him that there aren't rats on this boat.
Hold on, I was just gonna pay the basic 3 copper. We could get more copper out of the malachite than we'll be paying.
All right, Constance will hold.
The fly extends one of its claws for the gold. For the copper. I messed up. Its hand is jittery and shaky and just twitches its head as it looks at you. Looks at Trevere.
I hope he's nervous. I'm gonna hand the money and click my teeth.
It takes the copper and then scuttles off to the hut. As it opens the hut, you notice inside is a rotting human hand.
Meh. I kind of figured as much if we're dealing with bugs.
It locks it up, comes back out. Tiny the there. And it points to the side of the dock.
I believe we can handle the ship, thank you.
If you need assistance, that is another 6 copper. But if you do
I've
not
tried to
need
be polite.
assistance,
Go back
we
to your
regard-
dinner before you assist me with mine.
I appreciate your candor. How there is a policy of discretion for this dock. Do not tell anyone it exists. And it scuttles back in.
Okay.
Well, I get the feeling, seeing as this is a black flagged dock, which would imply mostly illicits and no rodents, you might be safer here. But what are we supposed to be doing here in particular?
Well, we can't exactly go back to the 1st district. And the 5th district is probably just as bad with stolen goods.
Mm.
He's going to gesture towards the 2 very large boats that have been lashed together with spider silk. Stolen goods.
Yeah.
The fly scurries out of the hut and points to a sign on the side of the pylon. It looks to be next to a rolled up ladder, and it says 2 copper to use the ladder.
No.
He's gonna get all 6 of my eyes now.
Roll intimidation.
Yes, roll intimidation.
Oh yeah, that's right. Due to my nature, I also have a +1 to that.
Yes.
Nice.
Wow. I'm screwed no matter which dice set I use.
What was it this time?
3 + 7.
At
Yeah.
least it wasn't a 1.
Your attempt
No.
at intimidation is faulty. I do not care if you are higher on the hierarchy of meat. There are rules.
I believe the concept was not telling people about this, Doc. We've got this. Go back to your dinner, please.
Maintain discretion. And it scuttles back inside.
Fucking hell. I roll solid states, get a 1 and shit like that. Roll digi states. It's almost the same. I'm just screwed today.
Just no.
The dice said no.
As you notice the window of the hut has a little slug-like creature looking out at you. It's tiny, and like it's a grub. It's not a grub. It's a maggot.
Yes.
We still understood the concept of grub and progeny. Doesn't phase me in the slightest. They're still edible. Now we have business to attend to here. Wait a minute. Instance,
Yes.
you're big enough. Don't you eat small ones like that?
Like that. I haven't had to touch a maggot or a grub in at least 15 seasons. I don't plan on doing it again.
Seems such a waste.
Yeah, they can waste all on their own.
More for me.
An anxiety
Yes.
check under the.
By
Oh,
all
no.
means.
Oh no.
I think that would be a will save, Lila.
We're over here
See-
discussing eating small things?
See, stewed grub and insectoid is nothing new to Constance. St. Mus is a orphanage.
Yes, they would have maggot meal.
Yes, they would.
17. You do not have an anxiety attack. You see on the one thing, one of you will roll a perception check.
I
Or
can.
actually, all of you can.
Alright.
Okay, certainly.
I got a +8.
18.
Total of 16, 10 plus 6.
Okay, 18, 16. What'd you get?
Total of 15, 7 and 8.
And Lila, you see that there is a second path that does not have a sign attached to it, but it looks rickety and destroyed. It's another way up the pylon that isn't the ladder.
I'm assuming she shares with the rest of class.
Pointing. Up there.
Oh, good eye. Anybody else want to venture that rickety path? I know I could probably climb it.
I will not charge for climbing that path, but I will not warn you. It is dangerous up that path. There are higher insects on the hierarchy up there.
And if the higher insects on the hierarchy make you scared, and you're not scared of this one, what are you scared of?
I am protected by rules.
No, you're not.
Wanna bet?
This place isn't noted or taxed by the Harbour Master, and it looks to be at least 3 seasons old.
It is protected by the eight-legged one. If you kill me, you will incur the wrath of the eight-legged one's army.
You. Am I a.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
There are rules. He keeps the eight-legged one. She keeps the pace. It would be best.
Yeah,
you
for
best
real.
be. And if you incur the wrath of the eight-legged one, she will talk to the gilded one.
I don't care.
Do
We
you
have business
know?
to attend to and things to handle here. So get your buzzy body out of the way.
Yeah, such a buzzkill.
As I say, I will not interfere with you climbing the dangerous path. I am only warning you.
Tavir,
You
can
know
you
what
just
we
eat
did.
him? I'm getting tired of listening.
Kill me, and the eight-legged one will not appreciate it.
I got my own eight-legged one over here, and he's not appreciating it much either.
Right.
She with the diamond will not be pleased.
Oh,
Tavir,
it's a lady.
What?
I caught that the first time Sam said it. Travere, if you're not going to eat said little homie, Constance might take a swipe.
Are you going to attack him?
I won't lie.
He's-
I was mildly distracted by apparently HBIC being a fellow arachnid. So I'm intrigued and still not wanting smoke.
Little homie getting on my nerves. I don't know if I want to take a swipe, but he is definitely getting on my nerves.
I won't stop you.
Hey, you. 5 copper, right now. You hear me, you buzzy little gnat? 5 copper, otherwise I ain't leaving.
There are rules. I do not give
Yes,
up
there are.
I do not give
And
up
I
the
just
dark
made
profits.
I just made a rule. You give me 5 copper or I ain't leaving.
The diamond one will be mispleased.
Well, now you owe me 5 copper. I've already handed you 3. So you owe me 2 or you let me go on the ladder for free.
He looks at all of you. Seems to do some internal calculus. You may go, but I will report this to the lady. She will collect the charge.
Tell
If
her.
I cannot.
Tell her it was Constance Copperseed.
Okay.
Okay.
He scrawls that down, and you only see copper seed at the end.
All right, lads and lady, on our way. I'm sorry. All right, we already handed you 3 copper. You don't get out of our way. You owe me 2 copper.
Sorry
writing
about
this down.
that. I'm sorry. I strayed on delay responding. I'm giving the BM the riot act.
No worries.
I'm sorry. I'm loading on myself a little bit. Did you actually hear how that transaction went down?
Slightly, but like I said, I got mildly distracted when I heard female, arachnid, and terrifying. So it's a combination of.
Oh, you got your murder on.
Not quite.
Right.
The fly goes into his hut, and he seems to be writing something furiously.
I would like to continue moving on my way. Up, and away.
Oh, you got a 19 intimidation roll. Interesting. I didn't see that. You're gonna try
I
and
failed
lock
to
him
see-
in his hut?
That's got me fucked up because I am both his natural predator with proficiencies intimidation. The dice dicked me. Like, of all the scenarios to be completely in my favor, the dice said, nah, bitch.
You spider
Yes.
your spider mind tricks no work on me. Only money.
Yeah, no.
Only money, exactly.
Well, blasters and lightsabers work too.
So you're gonna try and lock him in?
Time from a
That
much
would be a
civilized,
thievery
more-
check to lock the door on him.
Time from a more civilized age.
It's from a more civilized age. Brings out the most brutal weapon of the Empire.
I heard the Imperium come out of your lips. You watch Warhammer 2.
No, I don't. So
For the
19, you do lock the door, but he doesn't notice. He's too busy scrawling a note on his fucking parchment. You see the words. Distaste and disgust and insult being written on that parchment.
Hey, he thought he could make up rules. I can make up rules too.
Exactly.
Please describe more how he gets bent out of shape because he has been thoroughly told no.
All the twitching and jittering it does is it's like magnified. This is like you can if you understood
the horrible
insect
thing
language,
is
you would hear it cursing.
Hey, the horrible thing is due to what I know about entomology, they're surprisingly stable when they're stationary. They have pretty good hand-eye coordination when they're not running around.
In this case, it's emotionally charged.
Huh. And judging on his choice of meal, I would assume it's a blue bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Those tend to be the carrion eaters. Or the black bottle ones. Those ones are just nasty.
Yeah. I haven't decided what kind it is. So we'll just assume it's a blue bottle.
Okay.
Let's write that down.
Write that down, write that down.
Write that down, write that down!
Faster, SpongeBob! Faster, SpongeBob!
So, are you climbing up the ladder?
Oh, yes.
It won't
Sorry, I
be
was
buzzing anytime
waiting.
soon, yes.
I was waiting for somebody else, and I keep forgetting Lila's in chat, and I have to go and open that up.
Mm-hmm.
So, you climb up the ladder. It's a long trip. It takes you approximately 30 minutes to climb to the top. But you do eventually make it, with no fuss, because the ladder is the easy way. As you reach the top, you see a large expanse of nothing. It's just concrete metal. Cobwebs. This
Time out.
place is dead.
Quick question. You said that he charged to use the ladder?
Yes, he charged to use a ladder. And Constance said no.
You see, I would have said no, but in a different fashion. Fuck the ladder and just climbed it myself.
Nah, did you hear what happened? It was so masterful, though.
Yeah, that
I
was
charged him 5 gold. All right, give me the gold back, or let me pass.
Yeah. Good point.
Right.
And then said you're a copper seed.
Yes, I did give him a fake name.
I actually need to write something down real quick.
Write all the things. I need to...
Alrighty, there we go. And I do not have anything prepared for the town right now. So, can we call it there?
Of course.
I suppose we can.
Aw. Okay.
Yeah.
No, you must sit here and
We only
DM for us until your eyes bleed.
Funny. We
Oh,
have
okay.
30 minutes left anyway, so...
Now,
Yeah.
Like, I do
Pretty
have the
good.
town. I need to actually create the insect kingdom in the town generator. So, yeah.
okay.
Sounds good.
So now I
Oh,
will turn off
yeah.
recording.